There is no opposition of, and in fact no support for, the City of Scottsbluff's fiscal 2023 budget during a public hearing Monday. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. No members of the public attended the noon 2020 Scottsbluff City Hall as Mayor Jeannie McCarrigan outlined the major differences between the current budget and proposed spending in the next fiscal year. She noted that property taxes are not the major driver of city revenue, providing about 8% of the city's overall funding, while two other sources are much larger, starting with income from local sales and use taxes.
Tax and the MPPD lease payments are always the big drivers for revenues for the city of Scottsbluff. And then for our expenses, has to do with personnel, and then our budgeted capital expenditures that we set aside in our debt service. So those are the major drivers each year for us.
The all-funds budget, not including transfers, is $46.2 million, with just over $12 million allocated to the general fund, and the spending documents includes a 3% cost of living adjustment for all city staff. However, city officials will be taking part in the Truth in Taxation joint public hearing next month to answer questions related to an increase in property tax asking that's more than 2%, plus the percentage of real property valuation growth higher than the 2022 fiscal year. Well, firefighters were able to save a rural Scottsbluff home after a large blaze ignited yesterday morning. Shortly after 11 a.m., crews from Scottsbluff Rural Fire responded to a call on North Street near County Road 19. Upon arrival, firefighters encountered many wooden pallets fully engulfed with flames reaching 20 feet in the air, and with mutual aid from Gehring and Mitchell, crews were able to extinguish the flames in about 30 minutes. Scottsbluff Rural Fire Chief Carissa Schenk told KNEB News that unpermitted burning of wood items without a permit got out of control, leading to about $35,000 of damage to a nearby tractor, machine shed, and its contents. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Welcome back. Alliance High School went into lockdown mode Monday after staff received reports of a student possibly armed with a firearm. The Alliance Police Department promptly responded after being notified, and a student was located with a BB gun and taken off the premises. An additional search of the school was conducted, and a large police presence remained for the duration of the school day. Well, the Gehring man charged with shooting his cousin in a Scottsbluff grocery store parking lot earlier this month has been arraigned on the charges in district court. 35-year-old Alexander Maldonado is being held on a $1 million bond as he faces charges including attempted first-degree murder, use of a firearm to commit a felony, and felon in possession of a firearm. Police say they responded to the scene after the victim sustained a single shot to his abdomen, and subsequent investigation showed that Alexander Maldonado was in fact the man who pulled the trigger. He is scheduled to be back in court on November 16th for his pre-trial conference. And a 45-year-old Nebraska death row inmate died on Monday. The Nebraska Department of Corrections says that Patrick Schroeder died at the Tecumseh State Correctional Institution. Schroeder's sentence began in 2006 on charges out of Pawnee County that included first-degree murder and forgery. During his incarceration, he was sentenced to death on a charge of first-degree murder, a crime that occurred in 2017, while he was incarcerated. The cause of death has not been determined, and as is the case whenever an inmate dies in the custody of the Nebraska Department of Correctional Services, a grand jury will conduct an investigation. Well, coming up from the break, Shabella Guzman in with a check in on Ag News. She'll have that in just a little bit.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
Have you been waiting for years to get new windows? The incredible Renewal by Andersen Dog Days of Summer sale is here. Summer ends soon, winter is on the way. Renewal by Andersen's Dog Days of Summer sale is amazing. 20% off every window and door. No money down, no interest, no payments for 2 whole years. This is the only time of the year when Renewal by Andersen offers 24 months same as cash. Visit rbawyoming.com now. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation and don't wait. This deal ends August 31st. 2 years, no payments. That's nothing to growl about. rbawyoming.com.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
An environmentally friendly product is something most consumers say they want, which is sometimes an issue when they think of beef and how it is produced. Elliot Dennis, Nebraska Extension Livestock Marketing and Risk Management Specialist.
When we're talking about it, we all know that we produce cattle, but ultimately we produce cattle that turns into beef that consumers eat. And so when we talk about that, we want to make sure we're raising cattle that have attributes that consumers are willing to pay for at the market. And when we talk about that, we're talking mainly about taste and freshness, and that a lot has to do with our marbling and the genetics. And so always keeping that in mind, even though there's a lot of these concerns about environment and animal welfare, when people actually value that, they actually value convenience of going to the store 4 times as more important than environmentally the environmental impact or the animal welfare. So
Dennis says inflation is hitting everyone, and what they can pay will affect beef consumption.
And so when we're talking about a higher inflationary environment, really the last year or so, consumers hadn't been adjusting their spending habits. Really starting in June, we started to see people really start to change their spending patterns from buying smaller packets to buying fewer items, and even a little bit of switching between products. So when we talk about potential pitfalls for the beef industry moving forward, I think that inflation, that consumer income that they have to purchase beef is really going to be the largest factor.
With beef not the only cuts Americans might make if inflation continues.
let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
The Skyview Drive-In is a new take on an old theme. It's the perfect place to see beautiful sunsets and films that the whole family can enjoy. The historic Midwest Theater has been bringing us together for a long time. The Skyview Drive-In is another part of the Midwest Theater's commitment to this community. The Midwest Theater and Skyview Drive-In Theater, it doesn't matter how you get there, just get there.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the City of Scottsbluff is advising drivers that South Beltline Highway West between Avenues L and N will be closed to traffic tomorrow for state road work. Detours will be in place between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. and use of alternate routes while the work is being performed is recommended. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.